Welcome to Decker Tech. I'm Aaron Decker, and we're just going through. We're now in Act 3. This is the same run, same team. Like I said, those starting decks, we're just kind of going through them and see how they evolve throughout the run. Starting with Reginald. As you can see, I've taken basically everything out of the deck. So I do have the Chalice on him. I'll show you the items here in a bit. But that basically meant I wanted to swap to these smites, the 2-cost smites. I lose a little bit on the Sanctify, but the Bless ratio is a little better, and it allows me to slot in another smite. So because Cornelius is feeding me so many cards and energy, I expect to have 10 cards, 10 energy every turn. So that allows me to cast, these cards right here, and I can always trade out a smite for a Holy Blast. Like the 2-cost, something about all these cards being even really helps them flow and fit in together a lot better to be able to cast as many spells as possible on my turn. I normally, honestly, have never run this Dawn Light before. I think it's fine because I just wanted another flash, and I was out of flashes to buy because I wanted 10 non-vanish cards since I'm always drawing 10 cards. Because obviously the boons are vanished, the meditates vanish, and these holy blasts are vanished. So I wanted something to stay in the deck. Maybe I could have done one of these holy blasts to stay in the deck, but I really love the ×2 bless on these. They're just so much stronger. I'd rather cast one of these and a Dawn Light than 2 of the other version of these. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... Anyway. So Reginald is very slim. I got rid of his talent card because it's not a holy spell, because I'm about to get Holy Crusader this act. And that just means I want everything to be a holy spell or to draw a card. And that's all I got here, is just holy spells. So that's him in a nutshell. I did change the Holy Storm to the Sanctify Storm because I should be getting my Bless stacked high enough. So I switched. These got rid of the Sanctify, went to Bless and cheaper, and then this one went to Sanctify to kind of balance that out a little bit. If I had the Hammer instead of the Chalice, these would definitely still be the Bless ones, and this would be a Bless Storm because the Hammer adds Sanctify and the Chalice pumps Bless. So I'll show you that in here in a bit. Otis, I took out some of his... Look, I got rid of the Healing Rains. I got rid of some of these Infused Courages, and I got one of these Meditates from Act 2, and then I bought another one for him in this act. Or maybe I got them both from Act 2. I might have not bought one. But what I did buy was the Mass Dispel because I'm going green biome. I want to be able to clear off poison and bleed and stuff like that gets through the block and the barrier. I got a Protect from Evil for this buffer. Buffer 5 is really good. There's Paralyze on the Spider Boss. Lana. There's a lot of things that buffer is good for, and I should be able to, with these Meditates and the feed from Cornelius, be able to cast most of my spells that I draw every turn, even though I have these very high-cost ones now. The Sanctuary, I want the non-vanish version because I should be able to cast it every round with a little bit of feed from Cornelius and or just the leftover energy. Otis ends up with a lot of energy, and I do have 2 Meditates, which are fantastic. Because these barriers will cost 0, the Courage is 0. This Detoxify is just great because it's a 0 cost, replace itself. And so really the big thing is just making sure I have the Sanctuary to get the Bless going on Reggie and the Dispel. Now Reggie, I don't need to feed him any more powerful, and he doesn't have to maintain it himself because I have an item that maintains it on him, and then on Magnus and Cornelius they have the War Banners to give it to him to begin with. So Reggie is at 10 power every turn without doing anything. So I don't have to worry about powerful on him anymore. So that's also why I got rid of the Divine Power here. Cornelius, he has a Fountain Pen item, which means that whenever he casts a book, the whole team gets an Inspired to draw an extra card, and Cornelius draws a card. So there's a lot more card draw now with Cornelius having that Fountain Pen, and that means I can allow him to have a 6-card final card hand. So I've got 4 Scrolls of Intellect, this Dark Ritual, and a Scorching Ray. So that's a 4 energy instead of a 3, but he should be fine to cast that multiple rounds, and if all else fails I can just skip one or the other. But he's casting 4 scrolls and one of these 2 spells each turn, usually the Dark Ritual. Because the Scorching Ray is nice, and Cornelius benefits a lot from it, but that's not what he's here for. He's here to just pump Reginald. And then Shadow Binding was a nice pickup. from a divination. The Shackle All Monsters is fantastic, especially since I have some items making Cornelius go super fast. I did lose I had some Curse of Exhaustions and one of my Scrolls of Speed to make room for it. But yeah, he's just Intellect Man, and it's the items. You kind of have to tweak your deck a little bit depending on which items you grab. And then Magnus, this Entrench, I don't remember if I got it in Act 2 at the beginning of the town or during the run. But nothing really changes here on Magnus. Magnus' final form halfway through Act 2. Like, he doesn't really need to change anything. It's really Otis that changed the most with the Sanctuary, Protect from Evil, and Mass Dispel. But Magnus here, yeah, I don't really see anything that changed. So let's go look at items. So Magnus, I'm still rocking the Forest Crown plus Sharpie combination to go super fast. War Banner, Warriors and Mages have plus to Powerful, so this is a 4. Everyone starts with 4 Powerful, and since Cornelius also has one, that means I'm starting with 8 Powerful, which is fantastic for Reggie. And then just speed, making sure I have a pretty strong armor here. I don't want him to be one-shot in any combat. Cornelius, this Fountain Pen is fantastic. He draws a card, everyone gets Inspire, which means 2 cards for Cornelius, which means he is running through his deck super fast. It's amazing. And then Speed, like, these are just good cards because they have decent all resist and HP, plus he's just going fast. So I want him to get out in front, modify the speed of the enemies or my team, make sure I'm getting the books spread out to the right targets, and yeah, I maybe too much speed here, but can you really have too much speed? Otis, nothing crazy here, just the seashell amulets changed. It would be nice. I did pass up a golden bell. I would normally get a golden bell here, but I just couldn't afford it. And replacing my cards out of my deck because I did some shopping at the end of Act 2 from one of my corruptors. So, I missed out on a golden bell. It would be nice to have here, but to be honest, Reggie's going to be max stacks pretty quickly anyway. And then Reggie, because Reggie, I bought this Challenge of the Kings here before I re-rolled the Golden Bell. I probably would have gotten the Golden Bell before this Chalice of Kings just because Reggie had the lower version of the Chalice from a Corruptor. But this Bless and Sanctify stacks is fantastic for him. I like the Hammer more, but the Chalice is superb. And then I bought him some armor. The -1 speed's good for him because I want him to be going last anyway. And just a solid 18 resist is really good for him. And this is the big thing from, pardon me, the overheat here. Every turn, gain 3 powerful. That's what I'm looking for. And also, in the green biome, it's really nice to dispel water, so it's pretty good. But, so Reggie, with these War Banners and this Lava Crystal is always at 10 powerful, so I don't have to worry about doing that with my cards. And, of course, he's still got the Dirty Bandages here. So, yeah, that's where we're at. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to take this to the final fight. Maybe I'll post a score in the comments or something. See where we're at. We're at 4 million starting Act 3. So that's okay. Not my best run, but it'll be a good run. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.